Live from the City of Angels, it's Sunday night. The Sunday Evening Spectacular is now underway. One of the songs that I was hoping they would play during Michael. During the Victory Tour, remember this? Torture on this Sunday night. It was on the streets so evil, so bad that even hell yeah. Not in the movie, we'll play it during the stream, baby, because I have no restraints, and tonight we're not about to start. As we celebrate Michael as the #1 film across the globe, $217 million debut. I love this track. I really do. Of course, we'll listen to it again at the end. Full watch. I'll crank it to 100 here in the studios live from Los Angeles. You're looking at $217 million, $97 million here in the States. I think that could climb to $100 million by tomorrow. Now, here's what I'm talking about. If you don't know, they estimate the Sunday number. And I have a feeling, based on all the reaction that I'm getting, people are freaking out over this film. I called it back on Wednesday night when we did the reaction stream. I told you guys what would happen. And look, here we are at a film that very likely will hit $100 million tomorrow, stateside alone. And the word of mouth is out of control on this film, as it should be, because it is really an audience pleaser. It's exactly what they wanted. And I was frankly emotional during watching this film. As I was sitting here back on Wednesday, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is like a time capsule. We're back in my formative years, the 80s, and when it hits, it hits. I mean, it's not a perfect film. We talked about that, but I have yet to meet a normal person, and tonight we're not talking about normal people, by the way, who has come out of Michael and not said, this is cinema. And that's the difference between what we do and what the people we're going to drag tonight do. We understand what the mission of a film is, who the intended audience is, and does the film deliver upon that? Does it manage to meet that expectation and even go higher? And this film does do that, right? The moments that are at the peak, at the stratosphere, when you hit like Beat It and Thriller and Human Nature and Bad, you're just like in straight euphoria, as my crowd was back on Wednesday. I'm sure you saw the same thing when you went to see it this weekend. You saw people getting out of their seat and dancing. Pure exuberance, right? I mean, this film is so full of good heart. And I'll tell you, I think that's one of the reasons why the critics don't like it. The majority of critics, and we talked about this so many times, welcome to the channel, by the way, a lot of new viewers here tonight because we had a nice stream this morning, box office, discussing how this film went above and beyond like we expected. And welcome to the new MMTers, as it were. This is the gold standard, okay? That's why you see the gold still out here tonight for Michael. I've got the yellow/gold glasses on here, the Sunday shields, and we're off and running on this Sunday. But let me tell you, the people that you see in the picture, these people are not who you should trust. I mean, I've dragged these people how many times before? The majority of them are New York critics, okay? Majority of them are very hard left-leaning. I think that's very important that you understand why that matters here. Because when you are a hard left-leaning, and they all are, they can't argue. In fact, I'm going to show you how hard left one of these people is because it's so funny when you see it. You're going to laugh your ass off. But when you are that, you are very big at virtue signaling, right? You are all about hive mind. I must appeal to my base of fellow whatever it is that the hard left is pushing. And when you look at Michael Jackson, the obvious answer to that for someone who's on the hard left is, let's talk about the allegations. Let's make the entire film that. Whereas the average person, the Michael Jackson fan out there, is like, listen, It's okay if it's there. If it's not, we're not going to lose it and trash the film wholesale because it doesn't include what you think needs to be there. Now, whether it should be or shouldn't be, and apparently there was a lawsuit and there's certain rules about making this film, you can't have this stuff. Okay, but here's the thing. You don't go into a film already ready to savage it because you know that something has been excluded. And that's what makes these people completely unreliable. I mean, these are voices that are not just unreliable, they're untrustworthy. They have an agenda they are pushing. I have never once stepped on the mic here on MMT in the 4 years we've done this channel, never once with an agenda. Okay, I have my reaction to the film, which can turn into an agenda because I believe in the product or I do not. But I do not prejudge a film. I never go into something saying, I'm going to go ahead and trash this already. In fact, many times, you guys know this, I've been surprised. I go see a film and I'm expecting to come out and just rail on it. And I'm like, okay, I was wrong. This is actually good. Now, it does happen the other way. I mean, no question. But at least you know that every time that I give you an evaluation here on MMT, it's going to be objective, right? And I understand someone came into my comments and said, well, if it's objective, you're just talking about plot points. No, we're talking about the ability to leave your politics out of the fucking review. And here's the thing. The people that you see pictured on your screen right now all have a great inability to extract that bullshit from their takes when they are, quote, reviewing a movie. And this makes them useless, okay? Not just irrelevant. They are pointless. They have zero value in this entire system. And as of now, based on what I'm seeing, the audience reaction, which we called on Wednesday, versus these people that you see, and I go to Rotten Tomatoes and I show you what they have to say. Have you seen where the tomato meter is on this? 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. That means 62% of critics said this film sucks. It's rotten. Conversely, the popcornometer, the audience that saw this, non-critics, 97% hot, piping hot. And look at the chasm between the two numbers. Roughly 60 points apart. I mean, wow. That is not even in the same universe. And that's what we're talking about here tonight. These critics, again, mostly New York critics, but it's all critics, okay? And if anyone wants to argue, by the way, the people in the picture here, none of them are going to argue because they'll look like fucking idiots if they do. You're hard left. You know you are. Just admit it. Come out and say it. We had critics out there who were celebrating the first time that Trump was almost assassinated. I'm sure the second time, right? Because they have to appeal to the base. What am I supposed to say to my fellow critics that makes me cool with my circle jerk of losers? And yes, these people are fucking losers. Okay, no question about that. All these people. And let me tell you, they're not only unreliable, they're not good people. And let me explain that. They are not people like you and me who go out into the world and try to do good, try to give back, try to do better. These are people that are just actively waiting to unleash their little critical niche bullshit thinking. Look at me, I'm so learned, and now you're going to feel the full wattage of my pretentious nature as I say this film is horrid, as Robert Daniels said. See the tweet? Let me be straight with you. Michael is horrid. Guys, what would you say to Robert Daniels here tonight? If we had him on, oh, I'd love to have Robert on. I would just continually trash him for the entire time. He wouldn't get a word in. This guy is everything that's wrong with film criticism. 100%. Because he's agendized, as I like to say. He's so far off the mark, completely unrelatable to anyone except for his circle jerk of pretentious other film critics. Again, usually based in New York, in this case, Chicago. Horrid. Wait a second. How does 97% on the tomato meter? How is that horrid?
It's one man's opinion. I have an opinion that's valid because I write for RogerEbert.com.
Roger Ebert is probably embarrassed of this shit. I don't blame him. Because I bet you Roger Ebert would like this film. I do. I think that he would. I think that Siskel would like this film. They'd have issues with it, but they know and they knew. You go back and you watch at the movies. You go back and you look at from the earliest point when we were Siskel and Ebert. You can see where they understand what a film is trying to do, who it's for. Not always. But now we have a group of critics, including Robert and Bilge in the middle, who, by the way, didn't review this, but trust me, he's one of them. And then we get on the right, and this is Allison Wilmore, everyone. I need your help here with Allison tonight. I need you guys to come in right now with your comments. We'll get to as many as possible tonight. Thanks for being here on MMT. Always a pleasure to do this live. I don't need to do 1,000 takes of this. This is happening right now at 7:45 here in Los Angeles. When we look at Allison, I need help before I get into her review. I just need you guys to help me with this person, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you if these are the same person, okay? This is just simple. You come in, I'm not going to even say anything. I want you to tell me if these two pictures are the same person. That's all I'm going to ask, okay? Here's number one. This is Allison on Twitter. And by the way, remember I told you like these people are so far left? Do you notice that Allison Wilmore is no longer even on Twitter? She is at Blue Sky Social, which is so far left, right? We are talking left of Reddit. All right. She's in Brooklyn. She's the film critic at Vulture. Talk about hard left publication, right? New York Mag, same thing. They're all cut from the same cloth. But this is Allison. Okay. That's Allison 1. Now, okay, real quickly, is this the same person? I'm just asking you. Is this the same person you're looking on your screen? I guess, but right, it's like I looked and I'm like, wait, is that the same person? I feel like they're different people. One, and no, did I just get rid of it? Damn it, I just lost it again. I hit the wrong button. But you look and you talk about Allison. Let's go to her review. Forget about whether it's the same person in the picture. That's just an aside. All right, guys, let me have an aside here while I trash these people. But right, if you're on Blue Sky and not on X, you are just admitting to the world, look at me, I'm a rageous leftist, right? Rageous, yes. Right, and here it is. Michael, you guys ready? Here it is. Rotten. What Jafar does amounts to elaborate impression instead of interpretation, recreating the voice and the famous choreography, and otherwise staring blankly into the middle distance when called upon to transmit emotions. And she goes on to say it's like a wax museum. First of all, everyone who's seen this film says this kid's great. And it feels like you're watching Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson was kind of like a wax figure. Right? He wasn't like the most personable person. So I think that this is a performance that deserves to be like an Oscar nomination. What is she watching? Like, this is the thing. Like, how can you be so wrong? That's the thing, right? People say, is there a right and wrong? There's absolutely a right and wrong with Michael. And the wrong is you calling this film horrid. You calling this film a wax museum. This has no emotion. What's the audience doing? Why are they dancing? Why back on Wednesday night when I was there was the dude behind me literally freaking out, going up and down the stairs, dancing around to every number of songs that are in that thing, right? Oh, but that's one guy. Oh, really? What are all the videos of everyone doing the same thing? See, these people just are curmudgeons. They don't want to have fun. These people are essentially actively depressed 24/7. Imagine being actively depressed 24/7 and then being a critic. You're not going to be the right person to even try to attempt to review because you're coming from a spot where you don't even necessarily like yourself. So how the hell are you going to like a movie? I can tell you this. I'm not. I've been actively depressed. I was at a point in my life a number of years ago, we've talked about this, where I was like, let's just end this shit. But guess what? When you bounce back and you create, this is what it is, let's go, no fear, we're never going to hold back ever again. That changes you. And that's where we are now. But these critics, I'm telling you, these are also the kind of people that you don't want to hang out with. Like, if you went to a bar and had to sit around with these people and have a beer with them, you'd be like, I'm out of here. Just give me the tab. I'm leaving. They're not people you want to hang with. They're not the cool crowd, okay? Not even close. I mean, the majority of film critics are, as I talk about all the time whenever I go into a critic screen, you walk in and you're like, ugh. God, what is this group? Where did you guys come from? And like, listen, Johnny said, Johnny, if you're here tonight, I'm going to steal it because it was great. You walk in and you know what you essentially realize? You go, this is what OnlyFans people are all about. Not the people on OnlyFans, the people paying the OnlyFans people. That's the average film critic. Oh, Weber's out of control. Too bad. I'll do what I want. It's my channel, and I will savage these people as much as I want. You do not stop me, okay? And they deserve it. And tonight, we are saying it's done, okay? As Shannon gets told in Drive, when Albert Brooks slices his wrists, it's done. That's what I like. You guys, you know me. I'll always bring Drive back into the equation. Drive and Moneyball. We'll always work those two films in some way or another. These people are all completely and utterly not to be trusted again. And as far as I'm concerned, the tomato meter is in the trash. We're done. We are over with any of this going forward, because these people have no right to even still be in the space. That's how bad they are.
Oh, but everyone has a voice, Weber. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion.
Oh, God. Yes, exactly. It's a fun one tonight. I don't know who's dating who in this picture. I have no idea. But here's the thing, right, is that these people deserve everything they're getting here tonight. And then, by the way, someone will cut this and say, oh, Weber's the bad guy. Oh, no. These agenda-driven people are the bad people. These are the people that you should not trust. I don't have an agenda. That's what makes me the gold fucking standard. I do not carry an agenda into any film. When I saw Melania, I hammered that film as a music video, a fluff piece. Holy shit, not a single negative thing about Melania. But guess what? I'm not right or left. I'm in the middle. I always try to be as centrist as possible because that's the fairest place to be when it comes to an evaluation. Now, do I have positions that may be one way or the other? Absolutely, but they're well thought out. They are considered, and then we go with whatever that is. You know, you just don't carry stuff into the movie going, well, it doesn't have any of the allegations, therefore the movie's garbage, which is what all these people did. I don't know about Bill. I have no idea, but I'm sure he'd hate it because he's a pretentious, another one of these people, Vulture, New York Mag, New Yorker, you know, Roger Ebert, again, wow, poor Roger. The site has been left to people that are literally desecrating the name Ebert. I mean, it really is that. These people have no sense of what a mainstream audience recognizes and what they want to see in a film. They just don't. I mean, you go back to Super Mario Bros., the second one, Galaxy. I came out and I said, listen, I don't think it's great, but I understand that it gets the job done. The kids love it. And that's a film for kids, okay? Yeah, for some 30-year-old, Arrested Development kids as well, they're not going to like it as much because it's dumb, which is perfect for the kids. But it gets what you need to get done. Do I wish it were better? 100%. But people saying, oh, it's the worst movie ever made, this and that. These people are not to be trusted. Listen, I'm telling you guys, you go back and you look at all my evaluations going back to the beginning of when I got into space back in 2010, 2011, 2012. I have been on the right side of history on a film over 900%. When you talk about a batting average of over 900, easily, okay? I would push it closer to like 995. I don't miss, okay? I have not been wrong. It's rare if it happens, and if you bring up Ant-Man 3, you're getting bounced. Because it's a goof Marvel film. I'm allowed to say it is what it is. Thor Love and Thunder, these things are fine. But when you talk about like a Beau is Afraid or a Babylon or here's the thing, right? How many of these critics, help me out, you guys can do the work. I am not going to sit around and do this cross section of who loved The Bride and hated Michael. I guarantee it's probably all these people. Robert Daniels had to have loved The Bride because that's a virtue signal film, right? You've got a female director. Oh, look, it's Maggie Gyllenhaal. She is, here we go. Every time we have a female director, it's got to be good. Rarely do you see these critics, because they're left, going to say a film directed by a woman is not good. Whereas that doesn't even play into evaluation. How does the sex of a director play into the addition or subtraction of points in a point system for review/evaluation? It doesn't. I'll give you a hint. It plays 0% in. I go back and I talk about a film when I watched during COVID. They sent me the link. We were all stuck inside. They said, here is Saint Maud. I go, okay, I've heard good things about the Saint Maud. Let's watch it. I was blown away. Okay, straight up. Oh, man. #1 film of 2020, 2021, whichever time you saw that, was Saint Maud. And I didn't even know it was directed by a woman until after the film was over. I went up on IMDb and go, who the fuck is Rose Glass? Holy shit. That's the thing. That's what makes me better than you, okay? All you pictured over here. Because I don't carry in that information. And if I do, I'm going to eliminate it and get to zero, objectively zero, and we're going to go up or down based on that. I'm not going to care about the race. I'm not going to care about the sex. I'm not going to care about the sexual ideology. I don't care about any of this, okay? It doesn't matter if they're they, them, she, her, he, him. It just doesn't matter. Why does that matter? The film is the film. But these critics don't do that. These critics go, oh, it's a female director, right? And, here you're going to say, well, it's a black director. So no, I'm saying we're changing the subject just slightly. But it's the same thing. They're completely unreliable. And again, the word is just absolutely useless. And yet, here's the thing about all the people that we're dragging here tonight. They all have egos. You have no idea how big these egos. Go back and look at Robert Daniels. Look at his Twitter. Read all the replies, like, oh, this, going back and forth. Robert, dude, here's the deal. It doesn't matter what you reply. Let me explain something to you. You don't share anything in common with anyone who's semi-normal. Nothing. Zero. Okay? Allison Wilmore. Zero. We could add 1,000 names to this. I'm just picking the people out that I like to drag on Twitter all the time. Oh, but he's picking on a woman. Stop. Doesn't matter. I don't care, again, with the sex, race. It doesn't matter. It's the person I'm dragging. The person. And here's the point, is at the end of the day, these people are just, they have to be flushed out of the system. We got to get them out of there. And you know what? Just cancel. If you have a subscription to Vulture, you have a subscription to, just get rid of it. It's just, they're not ever going to point you in the right direction. They're constantly going to put you in the wrong place. And at that point, we just got to go forget it. You guys are done. It's really true. Of course you did, Omega Swiper. Listen, during this film, I was absolutely emotional. Without question. It's funny. I was sitting there during the Beat It thriller, right? And I sat there and I felt like, holy shit, I feel like I'm coming to tears. Like, I feel like this emotion swelling inside. And we talk about this all the time. When you look at a film that you're able to almost like interlock with, right? You get in with and you feel like symbiotic and you can just like, you're in it. And this film absolutely gets there. And everyone in my audience was the same way. Menzel was sitting next to me and we don't talk during the film. We did, however, about 40 minutes in, didn't even need that long. He leans over and goes, the critics are wrong. I looked at him and go, I just rolled my eyes like, you got to be kidding me. Like, wow. Like, here's the thing is, right? There's times that you're wrong and it doesn't really matter. On Michael, you can't be wrong and they are. And not just are they wrong, they're loud. You got Robert Daniels saying it's horrid. Like, it's like, you're not only off, like, it's one thing to be wrong. You're so far off. You're like worse than the tomato meter versus the popcorn meter. You're off by more than 60. You're off by like thousands of percentage points. 1,000 times 1,000 multiples, because it's that obvious that this film works. Everybody in here who saw this film, tell me one person, now listen, you might have a problem, but tell me one person here in the comments that saw this film is like, no, this film's not good. This film's awful. This film, probably because you're a curmudgeon. If you like films that have a good heart, and listen, we can argue back and forth about the Michael Jackson allegations. We're not doing that here tonight. We're talking about the film. The film has a good heart. The film has a light about it, and it has a buoyancy, as we discussed back on Wednesday. And all that registers with people. They want hope nowadays. You look at Project Hail Mary, a film that I dragged. I do not like that film. You look at it because I think it's juvenile. I think it's sophomoric. I think it needs to be more mature. You got things that are happening in that movie at the end when you've got Ryan Gosling jumping up on the counter after he's told he's going on board the ship no matter what. He's doing Three Stooges shit. That's bad. Like, that's just really awful. But here's the thing. Michael knows what it is. It's got a good heart. Project Hail Mary, good heart as well, I would argue. No question. And I think that's what people want. They want hope. We're so tired of this polarizing shit. And yet Weber's like dragging these people and then saying that it has a good heart. Too bad, because these people need to understand that we're on to them. And when you have an agenda that you're bringing into the movie theater, you can't do this. You're done. You cannot do this any longer. And, they're going to continue. These people are like, they're on film festival juries. I can't even imagine, right? Because you got to remember, these people also, again, being hard left, they give all those credit points to the DEIs, to the female directors. That doesn't enter into an evaluation. But imagine being on a film jury and you've got one of these people that we're talking about here tonight, any number of them, because they're all left wing, and they're going to decide whether a film is good or bad because, oh, this is by a white guy or this is by a female. What? No, it's always the movie. In fact, if I'm in a jury and someone brings up, well, the fact it's directed by a woman means, I'd be like, that's it, we're done. I can't believe you just said that. We got to start calling these people out. But they're so far left, right? They're so far left. We had people like Strange Harbors. That dude, holy shit. That guy's the guy who was celebrating Charlie Kirk getting killed. Oh, yeah, he did. 100%. He had to close his account down because we dragged the shit out of him. Because that guy, and he's a father, a really good person. That's what I'm talking about. These people are not good people. At the end of the day, listen, you can say what you ever want about me. Weber's this, he's outspoken, this and that. I'm a good person. I don't do bad things. These people are actively celebrating evil acts. Oh, but yet it's in the name of good because Charlie Kirk. No. At this point, you've lost the plot. You're done. These people are warped. They are warped. They're just like the majority of journalists, right? The problem with anyone in a position of power is you cannot be corrupt. You cannot have an agenda. And I have neither of those things, man. I tell you all the time, no studio's ever said what I need to say about a film. In fact, if anything, you guys ask around, everybody's aware of who I am, not because like, oh, wow, it's Weber. It's because I am fearless. I will drag a film harder than anybody will, okay? I've done it repeatedly. Beau's Afraid. Look at Everything Ever All at Once. One of the first people to say that film's not good. Go back and you look at any number of films that I was out in front of. Babylon. You go look at Poor Things, right? Talk about a problematic film. You talk about a woman who has her brain transplanted with a baby's brain and then goes and experiences sex. Okay, that's not troubling. But let's talk about Michael Jackson. But let's go praise Poor Things, which is literally, here's the woman, baby brain, she's having sex. Essentially, the baby brain is having sex. Thank you. Oh, but that's okay. Right, Robert? That's okay, Allison. Right, Bilge. This is a masterpiece. You have double standards and you're completely untrustworthy and useless. You are literally not even worth. I'm done. We're not talking about it anymore. I will drag you forever. It'll continue forever here because at the end of the day, nobody will do what I do. Even the anti-wokers are like, I'm not going to bother. I'll bother with these people as much as I want because they deserve it. And that's the end of the rant. 30 minutes in, I'm done with these people. Let's get to as many comments as possible here on this Sunday night. You've got to do me a favor. Listen, I ask one thing out of you. One thing, okay, guys? I need you to start jumping up in these people's comments and telling them that they are pointless. Stop talking. You're useless. And I mean that. They are not. They offer nothing. Nothing. You've got to do that. We've got to start pushing back against people because they are. Read the reviews too. I defy you. Go read one of these reviews and you ask, does anyone talk like that in real life? Because they're trying to impress their other circle jerk of film critic, left-wing, weirdo, island of misfit toys, throw them out, go back to the island, you're barricaded there, you're never coming off. We're done with you guys. We're 100% done. Political violence isn't acceptable, but what we saw last night was 100% staged. I mean, maybe. I haven't really even looked into it, Sodfic. I just, at this point, I swear to you, I want to know as little as possible because I don't want to get involved in that. You know, I talk about like broadening the scope of MMT. Let's talk about this or that. I don't even want to get into that shit because honestly, it just is there's enough people doing that and I'm just not going to delve into that. I can tell you what I think and I wouldn't argue that I have some feelings along that same exact thing. No, but hey, guess what, Tochi? Robert would tell you he's brilliant. He's the chin-stroking master of the universe. You know, but the thing is like Weber says these things, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm super relatable. Anybody knows that. In fact, I think I read a tweet recently that said something like, the people that come across as aggressive are the nicest people in real life. That's me. And then these people, the other people that come off as these virtue signaling people, they're miserable. They're nasty people. I mean, trust me, if you got on a table and you're sitting with Allison, Robert, and Bilge, you'd be like, give me the bill. I got to get out of here. I can't do this. I cannot listen to these people, right? So self-important, okay? So wearing their politics on their sleeve. You know, it just gets old. I don't want to, and I don't even mind if we don't agree on politics, but just like it's your whole personality, right? For these people, like Allison. Look, Allison's on Blue Sky. Blue Sky's 100% about, well, Elon's the worst, and I'm not going to sit here anymore. I'm going to go to my thing. But you're a critic. You can't be like that. As a critic, you need to keep that to yourself. You need to keep your politics out of it. That It doesn't play any part in the review. Don't tell me it happened in the past. Everyone did. No, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about now. You have to. I can't come on here and you have to know who I voted for and which party I'm for. You shouldn't know that. You guys know I had strong stances on a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, when the movie starts, I've got to quash that as much as possible. These people they heighten it. They're waiting. When they're watching Melania, they're just waiting for the second to say this is awful. I knew watching it. What is this? A music video? Holy shit. I can't even believe what I'm watching. You got Billie Jean in that song too, in that movie too. But that's a film. You've seen it's a total music video. 100%. The critics don't make sense to me. Most of their complaints are not judging the film at all. Well, Red Spice they have, because they have an agenda. If you have an agenda, then you're just going to drive everything through that lens, right? The lens of this film doesn't have the allegations, therefore all of it's garbage. First of all, you never throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't care what film it is. I've always given it a chance. You go back to Babylon, right? Film that I absolutely dragged. The very first person that came out and said, this film's awful. It's easily Damien's worst film. First person, the first reaction, and that's why Paramount's done with me along with A24, all of them. I don't care. I don't need that. Here's the beauty of what I do. I don't need that shit. I do it myself, and therefore I have no strings attached to the studios. Zero. I don't need any of their help. And when you're at that position, that makes you extremely dangerous because you are not beholden to anything from them. You are able to say what you need to say, and that means good and bad. And you look at A24, a studio that I have dragged each way, okay? I've either said is one of the worst films ever or really great. I mean, we really like the drama enough. I think it's a very, polarizing film, but controversial, all that stuff, but also conversation starting. That's important. You talk about, the ability to always surprise people. I tell you guys the story all the time. I had a director come into my DMs and say, I watch your streams, and one thing that I can tell you for certain is I never know what you're going to say. What does that tell you? If you don't know what I'm going to say, that means I'm objective. Because if I'm objective, then you don't know which way it's going to go. Because I'm going to say maybe the left side's right, maybe the right side. You don't know. And that's the thing. When you come on to a review, you go, oh, he's going to hate this. And he goes, oh my God, it's great. Like Michael, a lot of you thought I was going to come on and destroy that film. Wait a second. He actually really liked this film. Go back, we have 93% on that. A-. I mean, for the moments, I would even go higher than that. Overall as the film, there are issues. I would cede to you, no question. But as an overall film, delivering what fans want and what I got a lot out of in the high points of that film, I mean, this is an easy film to review. It's not even up for debate. That's the thing. That's why these people get dragged so hard by me, because it's so obvious. But yet to them, it's horrid. It's unwatchable. Screams agenda. Listen, the thing is that when you come from an agenda standpoint, making sense of what they say, you have to run it through that agenda. So the only thing you need to understand is they were pissed that there was no allegations in here. Therefore, the entire film's awful. When you're just throwing out all the sequences, the Beat It, the Thriller, the Human Nature, Bad, all that stuff, right? Gonna be starting something. All this stuff, right? I would even argue from the beginning of that film, it's locked in. You get the Lionsgate logo, you get the Universal, and you've got the wanna be starting something, the Q going. That film is good from the second we get the studio up on the screen. You instantly lock the audience in. And then we're in Gary, Indiana. And then the film it looks big, it looks good, it sounds amazing. In IMAX, it was well worth the trip. I mean, this is one of these films we talked about, and let's go to someone asked me how this film did in every country. I'll do that here because I didn't get it this morning when I did the show. I did a few. We'll go country by country just quickly on that, and then we'll get to a review of a film here in a little bit called Blue Heron. Very small film that I liked. There's some issues, but I do like it. It's a film that I'm sure most of these chin-stroking critics like. But guess what? I can like it too. But you're going to listen to me more than them because you know that I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not going to come in here with an agenda. I'm going to tell you the film works or it doesn't. Here's what the pluses and minuses are. You figure it out. Okay? Now, there's some films I definitely think there's no gray area. We've talked about that a billion times here. There's certain films that I would say no way in hell is there a gray area on Babylon. There are two very good scenes in Babylon, and then the rest of it's all a bunch of dog shit. I mean, elephant shit, I should say, from the very beginning. You talk about the scene on the stage, first time we're doing sound, and we talk about Brad Pitt being told he's done. You've got two really great scenes inside of a 3-hour disaster. That in-theater montage, I can't even believe. Was Damien smoking crack? What was going on during that? Did you guys see that? Wow. That's some shit right there. Here's country by country, by the way. We're talking about $120 million on the international cash. Again, this is probably going to go up tomorrow when we get the actual, right? The actual money it made today versus the estimate. UK and Ireland, number one at $15.6 million. France, number two at 10.2. Mexico, 3, 9.7. Brazil, 8.2. Italy, 8. Germany, 7.1. Spain, 6.7. Australia, 6.6. And China in at 4.8. And then we go further beyond. But those are the major top 10 markets outside the United States at 97 million, 120 on the global. It's a film that is going to do a very big multiple. We talked about this morning. What's that mean? That means we take our number of 217 and we multiply it by a number. A good multiple is 3. I think this film can get to a 4 or more multiple. You're going to get multiple viewings, okay, out of people. You already have that happening right now. You've got word of mouth through the roof. A lot of people have not seen it. At 97 million, that's not a $200 million opening. That means there's a lot of audience still available. Also, the audience that saw it, that 97 million, a lot of old people haven't been in the movies in a while. So the regular movie-going audience wasn't all in on this. It was like kind of a subset, a strange mix of people that hadn't been in the movies in a long time. I think you've got certainly an urban audience that was there. The black audience was very big for this film, as you expect. We called that back on Wednesday. I mean, obviously, but you saw it at AMC Burbank. I brought that to your attention. When I saw the film, I looked around and I said, I don't usually see this demographic breakdown at AMC Burbank that I'm seeing here tonight. That's a strong indicator. We're going to get that kind of turnout when we look at this across the 3-day weekend when we get there, and here we are. And yes, in fact, black audience is number one demo when you look at this film and you break it down. Also, you're talking about Atlanta was a huge market, the number one market for this film, over LA, over New York. And that speaks to the urban audience. So all of this really confluence of all these things came together, and bang, here we are at 217. I think a 4 multiple put us at 800 million. We are definitely going to get a sequel, no question about it. And I hope the critics are ready to pounce on it again so everyone can laugh in their face for the second time. I mean, here's the thing. Every time that these critics are this far off, they fall further and further in any kind of relevance. I mean, to the point where we're talking about it's just not even there. Blue Sky's an echo chamber. No one uses it. Well, Alison Wilmore does, because she's virtue signaling, right? So we talked about this, what these people do. They're all about the virtue signaling. Also, remember, like I said, when you're talking about these critics, right, these hard left critics, and they're all hard left. They all are. Go ask Robert if he's hard left. He will say no, he is. Ask Bilge, 100%. Ask Allison, obviously, she's on Blue Sky. You talk about this as the hive mind. The hive mind left, if you go against what they say, they turn on you in a second, right? That's the beauty, I think, more of the right than the left, is the right's more forgiving. The right may not agree with you, but they're not going to shout you down. The left is like, you don't agree with us, we're going to go ahead and take you out. I mean, you look at, obviously political violence. You look at Charlie Kirk. We talked about that the night that happened. You look at, let's just shut someone up because we don't like what they say. I'm sure there's people out there right now, Weber's the worst, let's take him out. There are people out there who do not like what I have to say. Well, too bad. Okay, at the end of the day, listen, we're talking about movies. Okay, that's the first thing. Second of all I'm talking is truth. Everything I've said tonight is 100% factual, truth, opinion, whatever. It's there. It's not like I'm painting these people as one thing and they're not. They're 100% what I'm talking about. They know it. They're not going to debate that, okay? They're going to have a problem with me bringing it up. That's not a debate. The debate is, are you this? But they are. They 100% had agendas going in. You can't have your review pre-written. It just can't. You can't ever be taken seriously. I agree with, listen, Kuzma, I agree with you 100% on this. When you talk about an agenda, no one should have an agenda. Listen, yes, we all have agendas. Make money, right? Even though here on this stream, I've already nuked that because once I play Jackson's Torture, it's done. The YouTube gods say you played a song. Listen, I don't care. I do the stream because I enjoy it. I like cracking on these people 100%. As much, that's old school, by the way. That's a word we used to use back in the 80s. You crack on people. Here's the reality, is that I don't care whether the stream's monetized or not. I enjoy getting on here and delivering a fun, entertaining show. If that means music, it means music. Videos. If that means that we're going to watch a trailer in a little bit, we are. We're going to watch the Clayface trailer because I've not seen it yet. But I don't care about that stuff, okay? And I know this, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again right here, and I'll make sure they fully understand. None of you that I've brought up tonight could help or hope ever to do what I do. You'd never be able to do it. If we put you on live and put a camera in front of you and said, go, you would be a train wreck. Okay, guaranteed train wreck. You'd be uninteresting. You would have no energy. You would be forgettable because all of you are just that. That's the thing is you don't you're not even like you have no energy. You literally are like life suckers. You're battery drainers, right? And that's the thing is, say what you want about me. I'm not that. I bring full wattage every time I come on this show, every single time. And I do not hold back. And that's what makes us number one. I don't care if we have the views, if we have the subs. It doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, we have one of the highest return subscriber rates of any channel. You're talking about 15, 20, 30% on these videos. That's unheard of on YouTube. Why? Because they trust me. They know I'm not going to come in here with an agenda like the people we've talked about tonight. They are untrustworthy. Why would you watch or listen to someone like that? They can't. And the reason I love doing the stream live is because I shove it in their face every single time I do it. You can't do what I do. Even if you were given God-given gifts, you still couldn't do it, and you didn't have those. You never given those. I've been given those, and I'll use them as I see fit. And tonight I see fit to drag all of you and say critics are untrustworthy and you're finished. It is done. It's over. I'm not, listen, I will drag them forever when we go through like the Rotten Tomatoes people that completely whiffed. We did it back on Thursday, but I'm just saying, this is entertaining for me. I'll do this all the time because these people, they come after me. Go for it. Roll up. Roll up. You couldn't hang with me any day of the week. I don't care what day it is. There's not a single day that any one of you can step into my world and exist how I exist. You don't have the power. You don't have the energy. You don't have the fortitude. You haven't been the places I've been. And for that, I will dominate you forever. It's not a contest. It is not a contest. Okay? Do not forget that. At the end of the day, don't even bother. You're messing with the wrong dude. I'm him. Don't forget that. Okay? I need that to be very clear. And if it's not clear, I think I just made it clear. These people have no fucking clue they can't. They can't even hang. It's like, dudes, honestly, I say that like they can't hang. Like it's laughable. It's like, it's another level because when you're objective, you ascend past all this shit and they just never will be, right? Testament to Ann Lee was, oh, dude, don't even get me started about that film. I liked it for about 20 minutes and that was it. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we do the stream to be as out there and objective and fearless and talented as possible. I think we cover all those things every single week. Man, I just shoot. When this stream goes, I just go, guys. I've been on for 42 minutes. I just go. Energizer bunny shit. And I'm not saying it's always the best or it's the worst. I think overall, if you look at our productivity level, no one can touch us on a live basis. I mean, these guys are cutting videos. They're cutting every 10 seconds. They're doing this and that. How many ums and ha's and ugh have you heard tonight? Very few, because you got to keep going. The key that I learned when I did live television, this is why I bury these people too. When I did live television, the key is you keep going. You do not stop. You keep talking. You keep going, but you also have to funnel it through what makes sense. Funnel it through, this is what I want to go with. And sometimes that doesn't always work out, but in general, you're constantly processing. I say to do a stream like this, you have to have an extremely high Pentium 10 processor. If you do not, you're not going to be able to do it. There's no chance because you have to be able to process stuff quickly and put it through the mic even faster. And then I'm also producing tonight. There's no one helping me. I'm pushing everything you see. I created the graphics tonight, right? Everything that you see here from this, all of this stuff is my work, okay? And I'm not saying, for better or worse, but I'm saying there's no one in the space that even brings the creativity that I say. And Weber's all on it tonight with Zigo. I'm just saying, you guys know that. I wouldn't just say that to say it. The proof is in front of you. You can't match this, okay? I don't have a graphic designer. I am the graphic designer. I don't have an editor. I am the editor. That's why we do it live. I don't have an editor. So I just do it. Thank you. Exactly. You should. Because listen, I'm just telling you, if I have an opinion on something, it's been well thought out, and I think it's dead on. And I've talked about how in LA we've got the crime problem. Go back and watch that stream from the other night. I went off for like 20 minutes about how we need to start cracking down, putting people in prison for a long time. When they do something wrong, put them away. They're not coming out. There is no way you're getting parole. It's not even an option. We're building dread-type prisons, and you're going to go to the top. How many floors we got? 40. Let's build another 10 on top. We got 50 floors. We're going to jam that thing together. It's going to be dread, and that's our prison. That's what we're doing. Because you got to set standards. And the standard is you're not going to do bad things. We have home invasions going on here. You're in jail, dude. You're not going away for a month. You're going away for 5 years. As soon as you decide to put that down and to actually enact it and to crack down, you're going to stop getting that because people are like, I don't want to go to prison for 5 years to break into a house to steal some jewelry. It's not worth it. 5 years? That's the key. You got to be able to do that. And the majority of people just, they don't. We don't have those kind of people that are running the show. And I would just be absolutely relentless if you got me in office. It would be crazy because I wouldn't even, my advisors say do this and that. Listen, people say Weber at times sounds like Trump. Here's what I like about Trump, and I'll say this again, he would never say it. Robert wouldn't say that. Allison wouldn't say that. Bilge wouldn't say this. The thing about Trump, like him or not, the one thing that Trump does is he talks and then does it. Whether I like it or not, I've talked about how I hate it. Guys, listen, let's just talk about how it affects me. We've done this before. Let's do it again. When I buy a kit, tonight's kit, by the way, is Venetia. I had this for a long time. One of my favorites. This thing is super badass, right? The player kit, you got the kappas on the sleeves, you got the guns. But here's the deal. That's the other thing they can't handle. They can't hang with me in the gym either. They can't hang with me anywhere. Like, it's not like literally there's nowhere you can hang.
I could hang in the chin stroking department.
Yeah, you probably can. In that case, the bloviating, the pretentiousness, yeah, you can definitely hang there. But everything else, definitely not pretentious. Definitely egotistical and super aggressive and 100% confident. But when you look at, it's my first God damn, Weber, you are going to make it an entire hour. Stop. Here's the deal, is when you look at what we bring to the table, including the kits, you can't touch us, man. Is a Michael Jackson poster going to be placed behind you? Listen, if Lionsgate makes an FYC screener, now here's the deal. So if you're new to the channel, we have a bunch of new people here tonight because we had a good stream this morning, and we're back tonight doing what we do. If you like what you see, first of all, I hate saying this because it's so like, oh, smash the like button. Just how about you tap it? Can you tap the like button for me? Just nice and light. Just go ahead and tap that. Here's the deal. Tap that like button. Look behind me. These are FYC screeners, right? So the reason you have a bunch of kind of dated films here, you got a 1917, you got an X, you got a Batman, you got an Elvis, you got a Joker. The reason I have these behind me, these are FYC screeners, okay? What does that mean? That means that for your consideration, these were sent out to Oscar voters / Critics' Choice when I was in that, / I have ways to get them now. And I have a huge stack of DVDs, one of my favorite films of 2022 right here, Moon Age Daydream. Moon Age Daydream is behind me, right. Where is it? It's right behind me. You can't even see it, but trust me, it's right back in the middle. So I have Moon Age Daydream. Let's see what else we have in here. Air is up there on the wall. I've got a huge thing. Despicable Me I think I took it off. Despicable Me. What else do we got here tonight? Oh, of course. Of course, we've got to have Tar. Tar is the greatest film of the 2020s, no question about it. And this is why I'm the man, because I not only appreciate Michael, I have Tar as the #1 film of the 2020s, without question, is Tar. So look, the ability to shift from a Tar to a Michael, and then back to a Super Mario, and then to a Blue Heron, our small film tonight, small indie film. This is what we bring to the table. The versatility that these other critics don't possess. They don't have it. They can't manufacture it. They don't possess it. It's not a trait they were God-given. I have the amazing ability, thank you, God, for being able to shift through different things quickly. And I talk about like Minority Report, right? Remember when Tom Cruise is like going like this? This is me when I watch a film. Cinematography, editing, story, overall direction. And I'm like, I can see it. And I instantly stack it. And I think that's the key, is the ability to appreciate films that are so disparate. You talk about a Tar versus a Michael. What? These are, guys, not even the same universe. But the ability to recognize that both films deliver exactly what they're intending to the audience they're intending to. Tar's a brilliant film. I would really change virtually nothing about that. Maybe tighten it up like 10 minutes. But other than that, you talk about a character arc. Oh, Tar. So that's what's behind me. So long story, that's what I tend to do sometimes. I apologize. I can go forever. You look behind me, these are all FYC screeners. So if Lionsgate decides to send me a Michael screener, and I will push it for Best Picture because I think it's that good. I really do. I think it's a fun, absolute worthy addition to a Best Picture lineup. Not necessarily to win, because I'm sure there'll be something better, overall as a film. As a number 10 film, as an F1 for this year, Michael 100%. It'd also be a big in-your-face to all the critics who are so wrong about this. That's the beauty of it. You know, people are already asking, can this be an Oscar film? 100%. And I hope it happens because, again, it just will have them all crying again about how this film doesn't do all this bullshit. And here's the thing. Thank you, Sid Davis. I'm glad you watched it because, you know, listen, we talk about one of the reasons we love this, that I do this channel, is to get you to watch stuff that maybe you wouldn't. Okay, you talk about a Crime 101 from this year. I just told my parents to watch it tonight, and I'm like, they keep like putting it off. I'm like, watch Crime 101. It's a really well done drama, especially about, you know, Los Angeles. I think it's very on the nose. It feels very much like the city I live in. It does not sugarcoat anything. It talks about homeless. It's got a lot of stuff in there. I like Crime 101. You know, I like a film like A Magazine Dreams that I've told you guys to watch. Obviously, it's hard. You know, you go back. You know, one of our favorite movies of the 2000s. I think number one would probably be Social Network. You had a Parasite up there. These are obvious things, but I bring you to a Saint Maud, right? I bring you to a Short Term 12. You know, these are films that are not going to instantly pop on your radar. Shoplifters, you know, things that you just go, here, watch this. Handling the Undead, a film from a couple years ago that I adore, right? Just a real slow meditation on grief and a zombie film to boot. But you look at our ability to recognize a film like Handling the Undead and then Michael, right? That's range. And I don't think anybody has the range we have, the objectivity we have. No one can touch us. And that's the thing, is that's the beauty of what I love doing too, is that these critics get enraged because they go, he's also good. They know that. Like, they can't dismiss he's bad. They definitely can't say I'm bad at what I do. Streaming, they can't touch this. No one's ever come in and said you're not good at this. You know why? Because they can't. Even as much as they hate MMT, as much as they hate Weber, they can't say I'm bad because they know that's bullshit. Like, they know it just makes them look stupid because there's no way to say that. Watch other streamers, dudes. I will box any streamer around. I don't care who it is. Clavicular, Rogan's not even a solo act. There's nobody who can go for 1 hour like I can and be as passionate and into and knowledgeable what I'm talking about. Nobody. There are not 4 other boxes. There aren't 4 people on your screen. There's 1. Okay? I don't have a guest tonight. I haven't stopped talking at all. For how long? 50 minutes. I haven't even played a trailer tonight. Because I have the knowledge, the passion, the objectivity I keep bringing up, but it's 100%. I have to make sure that's clear. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who haven't seen this recently, I'm sorry I didn't bring it up earlier. It's my bad. I got to find it. There it is. We're the gold standard. Don't forget it. Okay, guys, I'll get to some comments in a minute. Let's go ahead and watch the Clayface trailer. I've not had a chance to see this yet. I know you're thinking, he already watched it. He's just, no, dudes. Listen, first of all, if I tell you something, it's true, okay? I don't make up stuff. If I say that Elizabeth Olsen was hitting on me, you need to understand that it happened. Elizabeth Olsen was 100% into MMT. Okay, I can't help but tell you the truth. I can't help but tell you that the mullet is so good right now. It is coming. You guys don't even know that we're almost like, it's going to be full on Lost Boys. Like, it's going longer. I've now started to brush it so you can see it's coming out, right? So we have not just the aesthetic overall of the channel. You now have the mullet. You've got the mustache. We can't be touched. It's not even, we got the shields tonight. You can't even, like, don't bother. To my critics, you'll always be in the back of the line behind me. Always. It'll never change. So don't forget that. It's time to watch Clayface. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. I haven't seen it. I promise. I don't want to watch the dumb. We're done with them. No more of them. That's me hitting the wrong button. Damn it, Weber. Okay, this is what we call an MMT trailer reacts. I've not seen any of this. Here we go. It's Clayface. Let's make it really big and let's watch it here. It's 1 minute and 32 seconds. It's not minute 11. My bad. 1:11 here. Here we go on MMT. It looks very Matt Reevesy, doesn't it? That shot right there is very Batman Matt Reevesy. Who shot this? Is it Greg Fraser? It's very Greg Fraser-esque. I got to also say this, that no studio does a better job of trailers than Warner Brothers. They're proving it again here. I'm really into this. They stole the font from Faces of Death. That'll tell you, though. We just saw that, right? Go back and watch the MMT evaluation. That's a mess of a film, especially on the back end. That's the same font, isn't it? It sure looks like it. The director on this, I don't think I even knew. I looked at who directed this, and I was not familiar. Let's go to IMDb and let me check it out. I like it. I mean, listen, like I said, I think that nobody cuts a better trailer than Warner Brothers, and I also think this, and I said this after I came out of Joker. You can say Joker is king of comedy, Taxi Driver all night. Dudes, come on. Of course I know that. We're moving on. What I'm going to tell you is no studio would allow Todd Phillips to make that film other than Warner Brothers. And that's why keeping Warner Brothers as Warner Brothers E as possible is paramount. Wow, that was good. God, that was fucking good. Oh my God. Hold on. Moment, by the way, organic moment right there. It's paramount that we keep Warner Brothers as Warner Brothers-y as possible. Rack him, as Rome used to say, or probably still does. That was so good. Come on, guys. We'll watch Acme versus Coyote in a second. But you look at them, they just allow directors to cook, as the kids at one time said. I doubt they do anymore because it's not cool, but it's okay. I'm Gen X, man. I don't even know what cool is anymore. I sometimes stumble upon it. But where the hell's Clayface? I just put it in here. Hold on. Let me find out who this guy is and who the cinematographer is. Let me see if I've seen any of his work. Because it looks Greg Fraser-y. I don't know if it's him because I feel like you couldn't get him to do a film like this. But the director is, you guys see it here? Can you, damn it, I got the wrong tab up. This is why I'm producing my own show. Naomi Ackie's in this. I like her. Max Minghella, he's the guy, right? Or is it Eddie Marson? No, it's Max Minghella. Okay, so let's see. The director is, hold on, roll down. Who the fuck's the director on this? Here it is, James Watkins. What has this guy done? Give me a second. Let me check. James Watkins, I don't know if I've ever seen this dude. Let's see what he's done. Eden Lake. Oh, my God. Really? All the way back to 2008? Remember that? That's a disturbing horror film. Fassbender's in that, right? That's a film where they're like camping out and these teens are there and it gets super violent. He did the Speak No Evil remake. I didn't hate it. It's pretty well directed. I think it's got a good look. Let's see who the cinematographer on this was. Is it someone we know? Let's go down to all cast and crew. Here we go. And it goes like, this is what I do. And the show just instantly got way less entertaining because I'm just watching videos. It's okay. We did a good stream. It's like an hour. Okay. Let me just watch some stuff and chill. Let's see. Where the hell is this? Where's everybody else? Why is this so hard on IMDb sometimes to find shit? Here it is. My bad. Weber hunts. That's what this entire stream will be called now. Weber hunts for IMDb information. I don't know why it keeps dropping my page. I'm sorry about that. That's my program's problem, not me. Let's see. No, give me a second. This is fail. Weber's failing now. Everything was great. And I'm now hitting every possible wrong button. This is great. This is live. Here we go. Let's find it. Here it is. This is really exciting, isn't it? Weber looks for the cinematographer for Clayface. Here it is. Rob Hardy. Oh, is it Hardy's brother? No, here's Rob Hardy. Let's see what he's done. What has Rob Hardy done before? Let's see. Mission Impossible Fallout. Okay, there we go. Annihilation. Oh, hello. There we go. Ex Machina. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. That makes sense. He's accomplished. I mean, Annihilation's a badass looking film. I don't love the film, but it's a cool looking film. There you go. I mean, like, again, I don't know who it is, but I can see. I spotted it, right? I had no idea. I swear to you. Look, I'm like a magician. No, I'm dead serious. I did not know anything. I literally just looked. I can see it. You see it within seconds, guys. Come on, man. When you've been doing it like me this long and this good, you just see things. I don't need to be told things. And I don't involve my politics.
Oh, I don't like this film because the director is right-wing.
That's what they all do, right? They all do that shit. Not me, man. We don't like the film because it sucks. I hated The Mummy because it sucked ass. Not because Lee Cronin's left or right, but I'm sure someone will be like, well, he's left, therefore we like him. That's typical critic. They're so useless. They really are. But aren't you a critic? I'm an evaluator, baby. I'm a master evaluator. I'm not a critic. These people could never be a master evaluator. Like a master builder in Legos. I'm a master evaluator. There's no one else. There's not even another master evaluator. Nobody. Not one. Name one. Name one other master evaluator out there. Don't you dare say Robert Daniels or Bill Jabiri. Don't do it. If you do it, I swear to God, you're bounced. We're not going to play games. Let's watch Acme versus Coyote, and then we'll get to some comments and get out of here on this Sunday night. I have not seen it. Where is it? Why is it not listed on their page? When the hell was it out? Oh, damn. It was like it's 4 days ago. Shows you how behind I am. I have not seen anything from this. This is Acme versus Coyote. And this was saved by Catch-Up Entertainment. Did you guys know that? Hold on, where is it? Which tab am I on? I've got so many tabs open. All right, hit pause. Give me a second. Let's make it bigger. All right, here's Acme versus Coyote. I have not seen this. I have no idea what I'm in for, except I know that they rescued this film from Warner Brothers. They were going to just throw it in the trash like Batgirl. It's the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? It still has the Warner Brothers logo.
Have you been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
Will, what's his name?
Name of the case is Coyote versus Acme.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless.
Oh, John Cena's the worst. John
We all
Cena is such a
know-
bad actor. I hope to God he doesn't bring this film down. He was so awful in Bumblebee. Did you guys see him in that?
Who's responsible? And all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
Stiff. I'm not stiff. Would you guys say I'm stiff? Someone tell me in the comments. Would you ever use stiff? I mean, listen, if I'm around Adriana Chechik, yes. But if I'm not around Adriana Chechik, I'm not stiff.
You've been settling Acme cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme! Act you!
Nothing is here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
It looks entertaining enough. It's an August release, right? Catch-Up Entertainment pulled this thing off the scrap heap. And it's very Roger Rabbit. Right? No, this is fine. I'd rather watch this than another Mario Brothers right now, that's for sure. Although we didn't hate Galaxy, but I just don't want to see another one anytime soon. So this will be fun. And it's kind of cool, that they released it. I think they should have released Batgirl, even unless it's horrible. The one they should have Batgirled is The Bride. It's so obvious. Did you guys see The Bride? One of the worst films ever made. It's truly awful. And it's a $90 million film. How that film wasn't Batgirled, I don't understand. No one can ever make it make sense. I mean, that's the first thing. As soon as I came out of that test screening, I would start screaming. Like, I'm talking, I would be enraged, going, what in the fuck was that? And we're not releasing that. Like, I would be old school Harvey Weinstein, not the bad, awful, obviously we know what happened, but the guy who was like yelling at talent, right? The Les Grossman. I would come out and just be like, this is one of the absolute worst things I've ever seen. Whoever made this, you're fired. Okay, first of all, you're all fired. Very Les Grossman, only much more enraged. I'm getting tired now. It's been a long stream. I'm ready for bed. But here's the reality, is that The Bride should have never been released. Never seen the light of day. It's a god-awful film, and that's the other reason. Next time we meet, we will drag everyone who said The Bride is good and Michael was bad. Like, that's a good, we didn't do it tonight. That's a whole nother thing, a whole segment we can do, because all those people are canceled. Oh, 100% canceled. 100%. Okay, that's it for the trailers tonight. Let's do our comment blast closeout. Give me 1 second. This is CBC, as we like to call it. Here it is. I'll get to as many comments as possible. If I didn't get to yours yet, I promise I will do my best at this time. Here comes the Jacksons and Torture. Let me hit play. Hold on. Start here. Ready? There it is. Okay, we led with this. Let's go with it right now again. One of my favorites. I love this track. I was like, please play Torture, please. By the way, it peaked out at number 17 on the Hot 100 Billboard. And so that's not really a huge hit, but it was I knew it as a kid, right? It was like the Victory Tour. You had State of Shock, which was a bigger hit with Mick Jagger. And then you had this. This is right? You got the synth. You've got Jermaine singing here off the top, right? You got the guitar. So 1985, isn't it? What a great year for music. 84, 85. I was just listening to a countdown on the way back from the beach here today. I played beach volleyball. I played pretty well, everybody. Not bad. By the way, I might stream our tournament match next Saturday in Huntington Beach. I'm playing in a tournament. We're playing a 6-man, and I'm going to set So I might have a live stream on the MMT channel of us playing volleyball. I know it has nothing to do with movies, but I want to show you the versatility of what we bring to the table. It's not just movies, it's beach volleyball, it's gym, it's Adriana Chechik talk. So hot. She is. That's how you draw them up, right? Adriana Chechik is how you draw them up. All right, here comes the comments. Sorry, I lied to you. I haven't hit a single comment yet. I got to the super chat tonight. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Thank you to Armani. Welcome to the channel, by the way. If I didn't say that earlier, I don't think I did. Luis, thank you for that. Do you watch Leviticus? No. You know what? I have not seen that. We'll watch it next time. I promise. Just for that, Luis, I promise I'll watch it next time, okay? I just am out of trailer. I'm done. We're over an hour. I'm so drained from dragging the critics. You know, at some point you just go, I gotta stop. Thank you, appreciate it. Always a fun time, right? I just think, you know, can I just say this, and I mean this. I need you guys to tell me. I don't think there's anybody who could do what I do. I can't do what I do. I couldn't even come close to doing this. They wouldn't know what's going on. They'd be like, what's this guy doing? I don't understand. Like, that's the thing is, right? In this world of finding authenticity and finding singularity, it's very hard. And I hope that I'm able to deliver these things because it's rare. It's a rare combination. And I think with a little bit of entertainment value, and I think that this is what we do. You know, there's no, like what we do is so disparate as we bring that word, I don't use it. It's so disparate from what you typically watch on a typical movie channel, right? So different. You get a bunch of guys kicking around, being boring. They're just not that, right? What I do is outside the box. It's no one else can copy this. It's impossible to mimic this exactly how we do it. I mean, you could create like an SNL version, but you couldn't actually do this. And you know, when MMT is done, it's done because there's no one's going to be able to take this over. No one could do this. They'd have to cancel the show. Show's canceled because no one could do it. Well, how are they going to do it? They're going to they'd be trying to do it. I just do it. Next musical biopic is Billy Idol. Good call. I mean, this is not as big as Michael Jackson, Elton John, Queen. You know, you talk about maybe a Metallica, Guns N' Roses would be interesting. You know, Prince. But, you know, look, we had Prince with Purple Rain. I mean, right? So, I mean, you could just do another version of Purple Rain. But, you know, Prince, listen, I'm a huge George Michael fan. But I got to tell you, if you want to see a really good George Michael film, watch Last Christmas. Last Christmas is all about George Michael songs. And it's goofy and kitschy and all that stuff, but I'll tell you what, it's got a pure heart, and I really like Last Christmas. Don't watch it now, it's not going to work. Watch it around Christmas. It's got a twist, man. What a twist. Holy shit. I screamed when I found out the twist. I was in the theater. I went to the press screening of that. I almost didn't, and I'm glad I did because I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe what they just did. Well, listen, it's George Michael, one of my favorite artists of all time. You talk about like my favorite artist of all time. You got to talk about George Michael. You got to talk about Bruce Hornsby. Obviously, Michael Jackson. I mean, not my favorite artist of all time, but I mean, the music was just everywhere, right? Phil Collins would be a cool one. Phil Collins has so many hits between Genesis and solo, right? And all those songs, he had such a long career of hits and so many amazing songs, right? You talk about, you know, Collins, all those 80s artists, but I think George Michael would be really fun to do. You know, one of the things I did when I came out here to LA, I go, let's go find the restroom where he was busted for, yeah, right. I did. I found it's in Beverly Hills. I was very excited when I found it. I said, these are the tourist things that I go to do. Where's the restroom? I'm glad you like Crime 101, Jacob. I really do. It's a cool film. It takes, oh no. Why? I thought we were going to get through a stream without bringing up deep focus lens. Why? Why do we do this? Come on, guys. Listen, that's it. We can't. I'll go another second, but that's almost me to hit the end stream button that's right in front of me. The next musical biopic, we already did that one. Sorry. Let me get to it. Again, I'm doing it myself. I sang Human Nature word for word. My jaw was on the floor during Thriller. My crowd was singing along with the hits. The power of unity that MJ brought on. Exactly. Luis, you just nailed it, man. Everything you just said. This is a great comment. This is exactly what I experienced on Wednesday. You saw it at a different screening at AMC Burbank. This is a great unifier. You know, and critics don't understand that. They don't even know, right? They don't have any, like, finger on reality. They just are so out of touch. Like we said off the beginning, they just don't get it. And these people, now they don't, you understand that, you need to just go forward and say what you say means nothing. Like, it's literally like, why are you even talking? Stop talking. You don't have any value. No value. Your words have no fucking value, except for your circle jerk of film critic losers. And they are. They're fucking losers. All of them. 100%. Oh, Weber's being mean. Too bad. I'll call them losers all I want. I don't give a shit. They got worried about any of those film critics. I told you, I walk into the screen and I go, damn, man, what is this? The OnlyFans crowd? None of them would ever be on OnlyFans. They'd never get a single person paying for it. But they would pay for the OnlyFans, right? The simps out there. They're just a very unremarkable group of people. And it's true. It's true. What do you want me to... Dudes, what, would you want me to lie? Do you want me to make things up about these critics? No, I can't. I can't do that. If there's any kind of like pecking order of who's like the actual man in the critic space, there's no one even close to me. No one close. There's not even a single person in the same sphere. Like, it's not even, and they know it. Like, that's the thing. That's why they hate me more. Too bad. I'll rub it in your face more. I'll do it more because I'll be at the gym tomorrow killing it. I'll be playing volleyball Saturday. I'll be doing my thing and you'll be sitting there choking well, joking too. You'll be sitting there stroking your chin. That's what you'll be doing. I don't know. That's what they wanted. They wanted all the depressing shit thrown in there, didn't they? They're just unbelievable, these critics. They really are. Oh, shit, I missed Blue Heron. Just quickly on that, Luis, just quick. It's going to be short. The trailer wasn't all that interesting to watch. Blue Heron is a very small independent film that I just saw yesterday. It's 90 minutes. Love the runtime, right? It's going to be the shortest review ever. What I like about that film is it's a film about grief, about remembering the past, and kind of like in a dreamish kind of state. You know, when you look at it, I think that you're talking about a film that at first is not that interesting because you get through kind of everything you need to. But then, and Luis, this is why I recommend the film, you're going to see a narrative switch, a narrative shift. And when that happened, I go, oh, I like what we're doing here. So when that happens, just trust me, it'll happen during Blue Heron. And then you're going to go, oh, okay, I'm in. And I think that's what's cool. Also, again, whenever a film ends and I've got the end credit and I'm like, what, we're done? Thumbs up. You know, that's it. Kuzma, you're bounced. That's it. You guys are all bounced for bringing up deep focus lens. Sorry, I don't stroke. Talk about I should say, I keep saying choking your chin. Stroke. This is, if you guys never seen deep focus lens, this is how she does the entire stream. Watch. That's how she does it. So guys, I was just thinking that as I sit here with my bookshelf that, you know, the movie just is evocative of a time. You're like, oh, fuck. Talk about having a beer with someone and going, get me out of this place. Deep focus lens. I'm falling asleep, honey. We're done. Speaking of that, the song's over. We're done. Thanks for being here live from the City of Angels. We're back on Thursday with Devil Wears Prada 2. By the way, I've got to watch Devil Wears Prada. I never saw it. I never seen it. So I'm going to watch it over the next few nights whenever I decide to get around to it. And then I'll be ready for part 2 because I have no idea what I'm getting into. But if I'm going to do the evaluation, I better at least see the first or I'll be completely lost. So I'm doing that. It's my homework before Thursday night stream. I'll see you back here Thursday. Enjoy your week. Peace out. Live from LA. Thanks for watching MMT. Good night.